Hey gang, Jackalair here, just with a quick video response for the Top 3 Tuesday by EdT1138. Now, it's top 3 games that use peripherals. Now, we've done peripherals before, so some of those are going to show up again. Some of them aren't. Now, number 3 on the list is for the PlayStation 3, and it uses a bunch of different peripherals, I'll say. And that is the Eye of Judgment. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Eye of Judgment is, you take a mat, you lay it down on the carpet or the table, whatever. It comes with a big stand. You put the PlayStation Eye in the stand. You point it down at the game board, and when it reads the game board, it loads with the game. Then, as you play cards, when you play them on the little mat, they pop up out of the card, kind of like that. See, we've got the card there, we've got the little dude popping out. There's the mat on the floor. So that's number 3, Eye of Judgment. This is a really fun game. It did not last very long, and I'm really annoyed that somebody like Magic didn't jump on it. Because this had a lot of possibilities. Can you imagine if, like, when you looked at the Magic board that you were playing Magic with, that like the little dudes, the Llanowar elves, just went, and that's just me. Anyways, so that's number 3. Number 2, and this is a little weird. Doesn't need the peripheral, but I found it. MechWarrior 3. MechWarrior 3 uses the peripheral of the Sidewinder Pro. Now, this is the game, one of the games that came out around the same time that the Sidewinder Pro was used for. I don't have a Sidewinder Pro right now. I'm actually looking for one again because now I have MechWarrior. I have a few other games that would use it. But you had, like I think I've mentioned with MechWarrior, you had the ability, you had throttle, which would make you go forward and go back. You could tilt the controller, which would tilt the torso. You had the little knob at the head, which would turn the head of the mech. And you had all kinds of buttons, alpha buttons, guns, missiles, lasers, stealth, all kinds of stuff. So that's number 2. Number 2, MechWarrior 3. I choose MechWarrior 3 because, if you've watched my other videos, that's the game that I started creating, building PCs for. And then it just kind of went from there, and then finally I went, here, Apple, take a bunch of money, give me an awesome computer. Now, the last one I do not have, because I don't have room for it. I did get to play it. Oh, I love this game. And I don't know why it's not on anybody else. It's probably not on anybody else's list so far that I've watched. There may be others out that throw this on there. And that is Steel Battalion. Now, Techromancer 1, I believe, picked one up a little while ago. And it is, for those of you who don't know what it is a mech game that came with a controller this wide. Now, I'm about 6 feet tall, so do the math there. The thing's like 4 feet wide, it's got buttons, it's got switches, and you flip the switches and you move the joysticks and the mech walks around, you can do all kinds of crap, and there's a Kinect game coming out for it as well. And I almost want to buy a 360 just to play it, but I'm probably not gonna, because I really don't care about the 360. But that is my number 1. That is the game where if I had to get rid of all of this stuff and I could only have one giant peripheral and one game, it would be Steel Battalion. So, to recap real quick, Eye of Judgment, number 3. Got the PlayStation Eye and the cards and the mat and everything that goes with it. Number 2, MechWarrior 3 with the Sidewinder Pro. An addendum, there were other controllers that went along with it. Sidewinder Pro is just the one that I personally had and got to play that game. And number 3, Steel Battalion, and the giant friggin' monster controller that came with it. So there they are. Thank you very much for the question. It's been a lot of fun, kind of reminiscing, going back, what giant hunk of plastic did I really love? And then coming up with these. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, play on!